Okay, so I was just thinking about reconciliation and abandonment because I listen to myself, and that's the thing I always think about is, having lost everything and having nothing, which that means that I had a full household of stuff at one time, and I know it's just stuff. Everybody's like, oh, it can be replaced, it can be replaced. Well, the estimated cost of replacing a whole household is like $70,000, and people just don't think about that. So when I say that I would just get a cot to sleep on or something, it's like, okay, well, if I can't afford rent again in the future, then, and I have to pick up and leave, then at least I could take a cot with me in the bed, in the car or something, if I still have a car by then, which I hope that I do. So people don't think about that with elderly people or their family members or anything like that related to abandonment. Because when you're just abandoned and alone, that's basically what's happening. When you have no family to rely on, absolutely no one, you don't have a society to rely on, then you're just abandoning the people of your own country. You're abandoning your country people. You're abandoning your family members. It's just kind of like the veterans when they feel abandoned. And I know my son is dealing with that because that's what he said is that nobody was there to help him. That was not entirely true. Um, I, I did the best I could when I was single. I was there to help him. Now, the thing with that is he headed off into the military. He lived with me for at least 2 or 3 months before he joined the military. I don't think he thought about that, when he said no one was there for him. That was right after high school. He was doing odd jobs just like me. When he was staying with me, I had just graduated college. All I could get was temporary work. That's what he got, was temporary work. I'm not even sure that the place where he was working at that time before he joined the military even exists anymore. I don't know if it does or not. I know a lot of the places where I worked, which was retail, they don't exist anymore. The place where I was at before he joined the military and before I got married to my second husband, they just don't exist. The jobs don't exist anymore. So now me, I'd like to go someplace, where I can be maybe closer to family or closer to people that I'd like to be around, who are not just always going to be pushing buttons, because they feel like that if they're always pushing buttons, then they're just being assholes is what they're doing. Nothing ever gets solved with people fighting and arguing and physical violence, which they feel like they have to push things to the point of physical violence. They need to go to prison for that. They're causing pain and suffering on other people for something that's their own issues.